Sai Rama everyone, and welcome to this special Satsang on the occasion of Rama Navami 2023. When someone utters the word Rama, what comes to our mind is that beautiful Ajanubahum, as they say, the exalted figure of Lord Rama, the son of Dasharatha. But Swami says the word Rama is just another name of Atma. The Atma is called Rama, and Atma is nothing but Ananda. So Rama is nothing but joy, and that is the reason why another meaning of Rama is Ramyate iti Ramaha. Rama is one who is most enchanting. Rama is one who is most pleasing. Rama is one who is most mesmerizing, and no wonder for so many eons, for generations, for centuries, we have people singing the praise of Rama. We have any number of poetry, literature, art, the number of inspirations this Ramayana has given over millennia. It's because that name is so powerful, so bewitching. And Bhagawan says, it is this name that is the power which binds the universe. It is the power of cohesion. It is the power of attraction. It is the power that is behind the motion of the universe. If there is no Rama, there is no panorama, Swami says. There is no creation without Rama. And today, we are so happy that as Sai devotees, whomever we meet, whomever we greet, we always say Sai Ram. And Sai Ram has become a part of our DNA. Thanks to Bhagawan, thanks to all the beautiful insights that Bhagawan has given us about Ramayana, isn't it, Prem?
Absolutely. And the more you speak about Rama, all those beautiful discourses that Swami has given on Rama. I recall the year we joined, the first summer course that we had, it was entirely on the Ramayana. Yes. And as you were saying, the glory of the name, the glory of the story. Another beautiful episode that just occurred to me is when Swami had been to East Africa. Yes. You know, the first couple of discourses, Swami had kept it very general. And in fact, he even remarked, did you notice that I did not quote from the epics like I usually do?
Okay.
And Swami said, because the audience is very general and audience is not purely Indian in origin, right? But in the subsequent discourses, Swami started quoting from the Ramayana. And Swami said, I'm doing that because whatever is to be learned is there in these epics. Right? So even though they are not accustomed to it, they're not familiar with it, at least after hearing it, they might go and read about it. Right? Because that is the value of all of these. And any number of times, right? The examples that Swami would give, sometimes when we would present dramas in front of Swami, we knew that, you pick some episodes from the Ramayana. And Swami will be moved by that, of course, as much as from the Mahabharata. But that glory of that name, I often think of this. It is completely encapsulated in that, the first story of the Ramayana, the story of the transition of Ratnakara to Valmiki. Right? Imagine how that transition happens. Here is this dacoit, right? And what typifies his nature? You have something, I will take it. I don't know about your life. What is the need that is there? Is this going to harm you? Is this going to hurt you? I don't care. You have something I want, I will take it from you. A state of complete no compassion.
Right.
And then we all know how the Saptarishis come and initiate him into the Ramanama. And after that, imagine he comes out after doing this japam of Ramanama. The first episode in Valmiki's life is he sees a bird being shot down and he's torn by pain. He's saying the pain of a bird he is not able to take. That is the sweetness of the name, that somebody who is characterized by non-compassion becomes so compassionate that he cannot deal with the pain of even a normal being like that. And I think that is the power of Ramanama. And I think in so many ways, we are all fortunate that Swami has attached his name to that name and allowed us to greet each other. Many times, when walking down the main roads in Parthi, you have a lot of these small children, otherwise it's very difficult to see them who come begging or who come asking for food. Many times I think that at least in this pretext, you're able to take the name of Swami. You're able to come and tell me, Sai Ram, give me something, right? So that must be some fortune that has brought them to a place where even though otherwise life has given you an unfortunate tiding, you're able to take the name of the Lord. And that's the glory of that name. It's so beautiful.
In fact, talking of the name, in Dhyana Vahini, there's a very beautiful analogy Swami gives. He says the name is so sweet. For example, if you take the name of a mango, he says the moment you say mango, you experience the sweetness of the mango. But when you actually hold a mango in your hand, now your thoughts are whether it's ripened or whether it is still raw, or as Professor Anil Kumar used to tell Swami, we have a pickle for every stage of the mango's development. And so he said, so you are literally wondering which stage of evolution the mango is in. This goes to say that, the name is so powerful and so sweet, but not to speak less of the form, because the form is its own charm, and the form of Rama, as Swami would say, is a very beautiful mention in Ram Katha Raswahini, where Swami says that when Surpanaka came, she was ignored by Rama, and she was actually hurt by Lakshmana. So much has happened, but when she goes back to Ravana, the only thing she can talk about is Rama's form. And she says, he's so beautiful. He's so mesmerizing. His form is so amazing. So he says that is the beauty of the Lord's form, that even Surpanaka, who went through so much, could only remember the sweetness of his form.
In fact, talking about Rama's form, I'm reminded of how Mandodari, while talking to Ravana and, dealing some good sense into Ravana, says to Ravana that, you can take any form. Right? You can assume any form that you like. So, all you have to do is take Rama's form and Sita will become yours. And that's when, Ravana says that is the main problem. If I take Rama's form, I don't have those bad qualities. All the bad qualities leave me.
The desire for Sita vanishes. He says.
Yes.
I don't have the kama for Sita.
Take the form Rama means no kama, no desire. I can't have that qualities. I won't become Ravana at all.
Yeah. And as you were telling about the Surpanaka episode, in fact, Ravana asks Surpanaka, when she comes maimed in that manner, how is it that you kept quiet till somebody did this to you? And she says, I was lost in the beauty of Rama. It was almost like I was in a daze. When this happened, I couldn't react. And if you really look at it, I think we all have come to Swami in that way. Right?
Absolutely.
Dazed in that form, dazed in that presence. And Swami was chopping away things that have to be chopped away, chiseling away things that have to be chiseled away.
True, so true. I mean, it's so easy for us to ruminate
relate
on
to
Rama,
it, right?
Relate to Rama. It's so easy for us to imagine how Rama would have been, how Rama would have blessed, how he would have talked, how he would have moved, how he would have ate, how he would have joked, because we had Bhagawan with us. And it's really such a beautiful journey. For us, Ramayana becomes alive. Ra is Atma, Ma is the mind. And Swami says, Ramayana, Ayana is a journey of the mind to the Atma. Beautiful. And for us, this journey is so easy because we have seen that Bhagavan. And for those of us who have not seen, we can so clearly visualize, because we have material with us. We have such beautiful pictures. We have those videos. And we have the story written directly by him in 2 volumes. So we can really literally feel how it was. And to make it even more emphatic, even more beautiful for us, we have Bhagavan himself directly revealing that he is Rama himself. And, I cannot but think about the episode of Mother Ishwarama. Just a few days before Mother Ishwarama left her mortal coil, one night she was not feeling well. And the next morning, she calls Peddabhattu. Peddabhattu is a very senior lady who had the opportunity to be with Shirdi Sai and also with Bhagavan. And they were very close friends. So Mother Ishwarama calls Peddabhattu and he says, you know what? I want to tell you something. Something very, very interesting happened. And he says, oh, no, what happened? What happened? You tell me. No, you know what? Our Swami is God. and the devotee says, okay, tell me what happened.
She laughs, I think.
Yeah, she laughs because, it's not as if Mother Ishrama did not believe in Swami as God, but, for her, that Vatsalya Prema was so much, over time that love for Bhagawan as mother had transformed into vibrant bhakti.
Right.
But at the same time, the motherly instinct, the motherly feeling for Bhagawan, I think it's so difficult for a mother to leave that. So she was all the time concerned about Swami's food, Swami's rest, Swami's movements, who is talking to Swami, who is close to Swami. And I think that is what overpowered her. Though she knew that, he is divine, she also called Swami as Swami only, as the Lord. And Swami also used to call Mother Ishrama as Ammai, as Grom Ammai. So Peddabottu asked, okay, tell me what happened. And then Mother Ishrama says, last night, I was not feeling well at all. In fact, I've been having fever for the last 4 days and I was not able to sleep. I was so restless in the bed and was twisting and turning and I was not getting a moment of rest also. And, and then when I really was in such a pitiable state, Swami came. So she asked, so Swami came in dream? No, Swami personally came. Oh, then what happened? Swami came and Swami asked, how are you? And I said, Swami, I'm not able to sleep. I'm having so much of body ache. Oh, Swami said, oh, okay. Don't worry. Swami said, these aches will go. And then Mother Ishrama was looking at Swami and she says, as she was looking at Swami, slowly the form of Bhagavan disappeared and transformed into the form of Sri Ramachandra with Kodanda and Kirita with a crown and bow, and Mother Ishrama got up from the bed and folded her hands. She was stunned. That is it really that Rama? And Peddabottu says, he is indeed that Rama. You're so lucky, you're so blessed that, people have only had dreams, but you have had a vision as real as it can be. What else do you need? What else can you ask for in this life? And when I think about it, I feel for such a soul like Mother Ishrama, who was so pious, every Saturday she would go and worship in the Hanuman temple. Sunday she was at the Shiva temple, and we know how religious she was. And an embodiment of piety. Bhagavan, I feel, had preserved the best blessing for her last moments. And this is what she was blessed with just a few days before she left her mortal coil. And I think it's nothing greater that anyone can ask for. The way you leave your body, Swami says, talks volumes about the kind of life you have led. And that is the most powerful, bewitching blessing that Bhagavan conferred to Mother Ishrama. And I think we have any number of such stories, isn't it? When Swami has given visions, let people know that he is the same Rama come as Sai Rama, isn't it?
So true. In fact, while you were saying this was the last vision before Mother Ishrama gave up her body, there is another great devotee for whom Bhagavan gave this vision in his first visit. So I think this must be around 1950, 1951, if I'm not mistaken. The first time Swami went to the palace at Venkatagiri. And the Raja, the king of Venkatagiri, was a staunch, great devotee of Lord Rama. In fact, they said that he would do Nitya Puja. Every day he would do puja. And he had timed it in such a way that if he had to travel somewhere, he would stop in a place, complete his puja of 1.5 hours or 2 hours. It was an elaborate puja. And at no cost, he would give up the puja. So he would worship Lord Rama in that way. And he was a staunch devotee. And we had the opportunity to go to Venkatagiri and actually take some shots of the palace and where Swami would stay. And we were taken to this sort of longish room. It was not a very wide room. It was a very narrow room and it was little deep. And our host said that this is a very special room. Then we asked what is special about it. He said, this is where the Raja had his puja. And he had the Ram, Lakshmana, Sita and Hanuman statues, and he would do puja here every day for nearly 1.5 hours or 2 hours. So now the first time when Swami went to Venkatagiri, the Raja probably, yes, this is divine, he is God, but he couldn't really connect him with Lord Rama. On one side we said Lord Rama is Ajanubham, and here is Swami. Yes. You can imagine, so sweet and so short as such, and so charming nevertheless. So he was there, and then now the Raja was in a fix, because during his puja time is when Swami was going to come out and give darshan. Now he didn't know what to do, because whether he should go down and sit along with the others. Quite a few people had gathered for darshan, and he was like thinking whether I should go down or I should do my puja and this and that. And Swami was talking to him, talking to everybody, and suddenly as the time for his puja was coming close, Swami suddenly took a deviation and walked down into the quadrangle. And he said, wow, this is a blessed moment. So Swami has gone down, I can escape and come and do my puja. And so he came out from that entire crowd and he went into his room and he started doing his puja. And as he was doing his puja, suddenly he heard somebody's voice. Hey, just like, drawing his attention. And he was, because nobody would generally go and disturb him when he was doing his puja. And the moment he looked behind, he had the glorious darshan of Lord Rama. And Swami gave him the darshan of Lord Rama, and the king, he had such a huge physique, and he was trembling all over in that bliss, and he was literally in tears, and he didn't know what to do. He, like, most unexpected. And the only thing which everybody remembers is after that vision, Swami is back to his form, and he's holding the hands of the Raja. The Raja is so tall and he's so overwhelmed with this darshan, and he's literally not having the strength to walk. He is so much in bliss. But Swami is holding his hand and then slowly bringing him down the stairs. And Swami is telling everybody, you know what he saw? He had the darshan of Lord Rama. So that's the beauty and sweetness of...
Beautiful. And in fact, when you mention about Venkatagiri Raja, Bhagawan used to so fondly narrate about him, about his devotion.
Right.
Because how, when Swami used to visit Venkatagiri, and Swami visited Venkatagiri for 20 continuous years from 1950 to 1970. And we know how Swami used to sit there and sing Tyagaraja Kirtanas. But every time Bhagawan left Venkatagiri, Swami would say how the Raja would roll on the ground. He wanted the dust of the car of Bhagawan's, the tire of Bhagawan's car to fall on him. The dust of Bhagawan's vehicle to fall on him. I mean, that was the passion, the devotion, the unstinted love for Bhagawan. And I think that is something phenomenal among the great servitors of Bhagawan we have known, isn't it?
Listening to both those narrations, especially Ishwarama, I was reminded of the episode when Swami was a kid. Mm-hmm. When during the Rama Navami festival, Swami, they used to have this Pandari Bhajan group coming in a procession with a bullock cart carrying a picture of Rama.
Yes.
And Swami's friends would make Swami sit on the thing, on the altar, so to say. Right? And Mother Ishwarama would see that and she would be terrified. She said, such a blasphemous act. You can imagine the same mother who comes and says, Telusuna Mana Swami Devudu. How sweet it is. And of course, talking about the Venkatagiri connection. The other phenomenal story, I think every time you listen to it, it just thrills you at the different levels with which Swami puts the things together to bring that devotee close to him. Around that time, 1950s, there was this great devotee of Lord Rama, and we'll come to the other devotee that she was. Her name was Nagaratnama, who was very famously called Bangalore Nagaratnama. She was a doyen of Carnatic music. And the way she had taken to Carnatic music, that she became so devoted to Saint Tyagaraja. So more than a devotee of Rama, she was actually a devotee and disciple of Saint Tyagaraja. And she's the one who built that mandapam in Tiruvallur for Tyagaraja. She instituted the Tyagaraja Aradhana, which is still being celebrated today in Tiruvallur and of course in all other places around the world, right? Even in cities in US, you have Tyagaraja Aradhana now. So she's the one who started it. He said, we are so fortunate that in a time which is so close to us, being like this has lived, so we have to celebrate him. And she kind of literally made him the world famous composer that he is. And she resurrected so many of the kritis that Tyagaraja had composed, and it was lost. The year 1951, she has a dream, such a fascinating dream, in which Lord Tyagaraja comes and he says, my Bhagawan is coming to Venkatagiri. Go and have his darshan. And she wakes up from this dream and she says, what is this? Who is Tyagaraja's Bhagawan? It is Rama. And what does he mean by saying that he is coming? So because of her connections, and she was a very social person in that sense, so she knew the Raja of Venkatagiri. So she writes a telegram to him. I had a vision like this. My Swami came and told me that his Swami is coming to Venkatagiri. And I don't know what to make of it. Is somebody visiting you? And you can imagine the thrill of the Raja. He says, yes, Bhagavan is coming. Do come and, have the fortune of taking his darshan. And she comes. And when she comes, she meets Swami. And she performs for 2 hours. All the Tyagaraja kritis in front of Swami, and Swami, so blessed, Swami sings along. She asks Swami to sing a few songs, and Swami, indulges, and Swami sings a few songs. And then I believe Swami materializes a statue of Rama and gives it to her. And then Swami asks her, what do you want? She says, I don't know, what more can I ask for? Right. I've asked everything, but if you so are pleased to give me something, she says, give me anayasa maranam. That I should die without any pain. And at the moment I'm dying, I should think of Rama. And Swami says, definitely, I bless you, this will happen. And I think shortly thereafter, I think maybe within the next 1 year, she passes away exactly the same way. Very, very peacefully.
Yes, Swami actually mentions
and then later
the date when she's going to...
is it? Yeah. But later Swami does mention that I went to Nagaratnam, I gave her the vision that I promised her.
Oh, okay.
Right? So how beautiful is that connection? I reminded of, I think, is it the verse by Bhartrhari? He says, I want to be the dasa of your dasa.
Yes.
It is like that. She is Rama's disciples or, devotee in that sense. But even that devotion, if it is pure, right, you're drawn. How beautiful it is.
Talking of the Carnatic music and her rendition there. This is the incident from the Purushothamananda cave, when Swami's visit to, this was narrated by Raja Reddy Garu, who was there right next to Swami at that time. And so what happened is, Purushothamananda is already in bliss. He was a disciple of Ramakrishna Paramamsa. So they are from the Ramakrishna Mutt. And he was already so ecstatic with all that was happening, and he was a great lover of Carnatic music. And so in the evening, I believe, when they all were seated, there were these famous singers, Ram and Lakshman, who were, Swami would say, national award.
They were also from Venkatagiri.
They were also from Venkatagiri, yes. And then, so they were great Carnatic singers. And Swami was also in a very happy mood, because Purushothamananda was in a happy mood. And Swami asked the great sage, Swami asked him, ask me, what do you want? And then he was also so happy, and he said, Swami, I love these kritis, Tyagaraja kritis. I want to hear 2 of the kritis. Swami said, ask which you want. And then he told 2 kritis. And everybody was perplexed, because nobody had heard of these 2 kritis. And obviously the most perplexed were Ram and Lakshman, because they, being great singers, they had also not heard of these kritis. Probably very, very rarely heard kritis. The moment he named them, Swami started singing them. Wow. And Swami sang them with so much of, all the familiarity and also the words and the tune. So he was completely lost in a trance. And in that joy, he said, he has only sent you. He has only sent you. So he was saying that. And then Swami, with a beautiful smile, looked at Raja Reddy Garu and said, who has sent whom? He has only come. Said, who has sent whom? He has come. That same Rama has come. So I think...
Wow. In fact, there are occasions when Bhagawan would leave Prasanthi Nilayam early in the morning. And Swami said, I had to leave very early in the morning because in those days, no one had any clue about Bhagawan's movements. So people would always be alert to follow Swami. If Swami is going to Vrindavan, if Swami is going anywhere, people would always be there to catch that glimpse of Bhagawan on the road. People will always be there to follow him for miles. And Swami wanted to escape whenever Swami had to do this quiet escapades, quiet journeys. So Swami said, I went very early in the morning, just like Rama, when he left Ayodhya with Sumantra, he had to leave very early in the morning because all the Ayodhya vasis were sleeping. Quietly he slipped away. That is how I had to also quietly slip away from Prasanthi Nilayam.
No, in fact, Swami adds a detail there in the Ramkatha Raswayini. He says that all were sleeping. Right. He takes the chariot, tells Sumantra, do one thing. You misguide them. Misguide them with the tracks of the chariot, because otherwise people will not leave. So the chariot goes this way and suddenly they find themselves coming back in circles.
There is a beautiful talking about Tyagaraja and his devotion to Rama. Recently, one of our seniors was narrating. Swami had called him for an interview. I think a class interview or Bhajans students. Swami started talking about Tyagaraja. And then Swami said, do you know that Saint Tyagaraja was very, very keen on having the darshan and blessings of the Navagrahas. Because he had read in the scriptures that all of the mind's afflictions come from the Navagrahas. And if you get the blessings of the Navagrahas, the mind becomes very stable, and then you can turn it to any direction that you want. So he says, if I can control and stabilize my mind, then I can show complete devotion to Rama. I can have complete surrender to Rama. Then Swami said he tried a lot. He did a lot of puja to have the darshan of Navagrahas. Papam chikkaledu, Swami told him. He was not fortunate. And the children were listening to Swami, and suddenly there was a glint in Swami's eye. Miru chustara. Swami said, will you have the darshan of Navagrahas? The boys were saying the great Tyagaraja, he could not get the blessing of the darshan of the Navagrahas, and Swami is asking, do you want to have? Swami, of course, we would definitely want to have, Swami. And Swami also got very excited. I'll show you. And then Swami waved his hand and materialized a yantra, right, a copper plate with that, a typical horoscope, how it is drawn with each of the houses with the, ruling deity. They, with their vahanas, with their names and all that. And Swami showed it around. See, this is Navagraha Darshan, right? And Swami kept on telling, this is really rare. Imagine this great Tyagaraja didn't get, I'm showing it to you. After all, school children that you all are, what sadhana that you have done to get this. And, once something like that happens, everybody is like, oh, the Navagrahas. And Swami passes it around. And then it comes back to Swami. And Swami says, do you want the blessings of the Navagrahas? Said again, the great Tyagaraja didn't get, and here Swami is offering it to us. Said, yes, Swami, what is a greater fortune than that? Please give us, let us also have the blessings of Tyagaraja, of the Navagrahas. Swami said, come. And called each one of the boys, put this plate on their head, and I think Swami did probably mutter a mantra or something and blessed. And this whole thing was being done so religiously and so vigorously, and they were all coming with all reverence and all that. At the end of it, Swami burst out into peals of laughter. Swami said, you fools, the Lord who has created this Navagrahas is with you. You've attained him. You've won my grace. What is this? Right? Tyagaraja thought, if I win the grace of the Navagrahas, I can win the grace of Rama. You've got me. Right? And the beauty of the thing is the way he played along in that thing. That is how we miss many times when you listen to a Tyagaraja Kriti or even a Meera Bhajan. It occurs to you that, Swami, we don't have that devotion, but we have you. Yes. It is the same Rama. It is the same Krishna. Right? And that, yes, all of these episodes, I think, show that it is the same Rama, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.